Spain's control over Catalonia will be tested on Monday when politicians and civil servants return to work amid uncertainty over whether they will accept direct rule imposed by the central government to stop the region's independence bid. On Sunday, the Spanish government said the deposed Catalan president, Carles Puigdemont, could be jailed within the next 2 months over his part in the regional parliament's unilateral declaration of independence. The Spanish government argues that any referendum on Catalan independence would be illegal because the country's 1978 constitution makes no provision for a vote on self-determination. The Spanish Constitutional Court, which has suspended the referendum law pushed through the Catalan parliament in September, is looking into whether the law breaches the constitution. In March this year, the former Catalan president Artur Mas was banned from holding public office for 2 years after being found guilty of disobeying the Constitutional Court by holding a symbolic independence referendum 3 years ago. Thank you for your feedback. The warning came as hundreds of thousands of people took to the streets of Barcelona to call for Spanish unity 2 days after some Catalan MPs voted for independence and the Spanish government assumed control of the region. Spain's Prime Minister, Mariano Rajoy, has sacked Puigdemont and his government and called regional elections for the 21st of December. In an interview with the Associated Press, the country's foreign minister, Alfonso Dastis, said Puigdemont could theoretically run for re-election in the vote if the courts decide he should remain free until then. Spanish prosecutors said on Friday that they would file charges of rebellion against Puigdemont, a crime punishable with up to 30 years in prison. I don't know what kind of judicial activity will happen between now and the 21st of December, said Dastis. If he is not put in jail at that time, I think he is not ineligible. However, some of the most prominent members of the Catalan administration, including Puigdemont and its vice president, Oriol Junqueras, said they did not accept the move and only the people of Catalonia could dismiss them. We cannot recognize the coup d'état against Catalonia, nor any of the anti-democratic decisions, Junqueras wrote in a Catalan newspaper this weekend. The main civic group behind the pro-independence campaign have called for widespread civil disturbance and have given detailed instructions to the 200,000 civil servants working for the Catalan region on how they should behave. Most of them start their working day at 9 a.m. local time 0800 GMT, and if many fail to turn up or decide not to accept instructions, it would cast doubts over the Spanish government's strategy to draw a line under a 1-month crisis that has dented economic growth and fueled social unrest. It is also unclear if senior government officials and lawmakers who declared the region's independence from Spain on Friday would try to gain access to their offices and if the Catalan police Mossos d'Esquadra would prevent them. La Vanguardia newspaper said on Sunday members of the Catalan cabinet had left their offices, which were now under the central government's effective control. Several Spanish ministers said at the weekend they were convinced civil servants would obey orders and reminded that those who did not could lose their jobs. Spain's Interior Ministry named a new chief for the Catalan regional police force, the Mossos d'Esquadra, on Saturday, who has insisted that the 17,000 officers of the force should remain neutral. Spain's Interior Minister, Juan Ignacio Zoido, praised the Mossos for their work in an open letter on Sunday and urged them to accept temporary direction from Madrid. We have opened a new chapter. And in this new chapter the Mossos d'Esquadra will become again the police of all the Catalans. This is your duty, Zoido said in the letter. Timeline: the 28th of June 2010, Spain's Constitutional Court strikes down parts of a 2006 charter on Catalan autonomy that had originally increased the region's fiscal and judicial powers and described it as a nation. The court rules that using the word nation has no legal value and also rejects the preferential use of Catalan over Spanish in municipal services. Almost 2 weeks later, hundreds of thousands protest on the streets of Barcelona, chanting "We are a nation, we decide." The 11th of September 2012, at the height of Spain's economic crisis, more than 1 million people protest in Barcelona on Catalonia's National Day, demanding independence in what will become a peaceful, annual show of strength. The 9th of November 2014, the pro-independence government of Artur Mas defies the Madrid government and Spain's Constitutional Court by holding a symbolic vote on independence. Turnout is just 37%, but more than 80% of those who voted, 1.8 million people, vote in favor of Catalan sovereignty. The 9th of June 2017, Carles Puigdemont, who has replaced Mas as regional president, announces an independence referendum will be held on the 1st of October. Spain's central government says it will block the referendum using all the legal and political means at its disposal. The 6th of September 2017, the Catalan parliament approves referendum legislation after a heated, 11-hour session that sees 52 opposition MPs walk out of the chamber in Barcelona in protest at the move. Spain's constitutional court suspends the legislation the following day, but the Catalan government vows to press ahead with the vote. The 20th of September 2017, police arrest 14 Catalan government officials suspected of organizing the referendum and announce they have seized nearly 10 million ballots destined for the vote. Some 40,000 people protest against the police crackdown in Barcelona, and Puigdemont accuses the Spanish government of effectively suspending regional autonomy and declaring a de facto state of emergency. The 1st of October 2017, close to 900 people are injured as police attempt to stop the referendum from taking place. The Catalan government says 90% voted for independence on a turnout of 43%. Thank you for your feedback. Another test of the government's response will be whether companies stop relocating out of Catalonia in search of stability and legal certainty after several hundred firms moved out earlier this month. The government's move to impose direct rule received the backing of several influential Catalan business lobbies who called on firms to stay in the region. With its own language and distinct culture, Catalonia accounts for about 16% of Spain's population and a fifth of the country's economy. The crisis was sparked by a referendum on the 1st of October in which Catalans voted massively in favor of the region, which already enjoys considerable autonomy, breaking away. Turnout was only 43%. Separatists say a heavy-handed Spanish police operation prevented it from being higher, and Rajoy's government declared it illegal. After Friday's declaration of independence, Catalan lawmakers hugged and sang the Catalan anthem. The session was beamed onto giant screens outside, and a crowd of 15,000 cheered every yes vote. On Sunday, it was the turn of supporters of a united Spain, with hundreds of thousands taking to the streets not of Madrid but of the Catalan capital, Barcelona, waving national and European flags and chanting Viva España. Municipal police said the crowd numbered about 300,000, while organizers said 1.3 million turned out, and the central government's representative in Catalonia put the figure at 1 million.